Served as chief investigator for the public defender's office. He was 88 years old.
A reminder, we have a programming note tonight. The NFL season begins right here on WKTV NBC as the Eagles host the Cowboys. But that also means Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, well, they're moving. Just for tonight, they're both going to be on WKTV Plus starting at 7 p.m. That's channel 2.3 over the air, 1246 on Spectrum Cable. It'll be back on NBC tomorrow. That was a weather
alert just went off. We want to get over to, if our director could just hold that music for a minute. We got to get over to Bill real quick for an update on what's happening
right now.
Yeah, we're going to have to stay here for just a minute. We've got a spin up here. We've got a tornado warning for northern Oneida County. Let's get right over to the radar here. This happened really quick. I mean, we've been talking about this line and how we've been seeing some rotation here, but there's been some very slight rotation right over Boonville. So if you live in Boonville, you need to get into the basement right now. It's not confirmed. This is only radar indicated. But again, because of what we've seen on the radar, you're going to want to take shelter. This warning is in effect until 6:45. So we're going to have to stay on television until either this warning is dropped or this warning expires. So again, tornado warning, northern Oneida County, 6:45. The rotation is right over Boonville. And we'll put a storm track on this because, again, radar indicated only. We learned over the years that these things happen really quickly. Sometimes you just get one image on the radar, and sometimes it drops, sometimes it doesn't. So we take these seriously. We treat them as if they're happening because sometimes there's a delay here. So 627 Hawkinsville. If you're in Boonville right now, the rotation's right over you. Let's take a look at some other information here, too. Another tool that we use here is looking at some debris. If there's any on the ground that would show up, I'm not seeing any, which is good, but I will be watching that too. So again, northern Oneida County, a tornado warning until 6:45 with circulation that's right over Boonville. So just a heads up here, the circulation's right over Boonville. It's going to be moving towards Hawkinsville. This is crossing right over 12. And again, it's going to be passing, eventually, if this does hold together, this would be over Woodgate. And this does look like it's going to pass north of Forestport. This is a very small, very specific area here. And I'll give you kind of the larger picture. And again, let me actually point out some places that are not affected here because, again, we've gone through this a lot. Westernville, you're not affected. Rome, you're not affected. Trenton, Remsen, you're not affected. This is not even close to the Mohawk Valley. This is, again, for Boonville, some weak circulation here. If this does hold together, we'll head towards Woodgate and along 28. So again, you need to take shelter here, even though this is not a confirmed touchdown. This is just a spin up that we're seeing on the radar. It's radar indicated only. But again, we always treat these seriously, even if we don't have that confirmation, because there's often a delay in terms of when we actually get that information. So if you're just joining us, if you're wondering why we are covering over the sportscast here, again, we have a tornado warning for northern Oneida County. This is a potentially serious situation. There's something on the radar that we saw, some rotation here that's signaling the possibility of a possible touchdown here. Again, we're not going to know this right away unless we see some sort of debris. In fact, that's the next thing I'm going to look at here. Not seeing anything on this right now. I'm actually going to look at another product here off the air just to double check. We always try to look at a couple of different things here. And bear with me. I'm going to just take a look here on a different app that I'm using, and I'm not seeing that either. I'm not seeing any signs of debris. I'm seeing some rotation. We can also see the possibility of some rotation over Boonville. So our tornado protocol, what do we do here? You want to get into the basement. You want to get into the lowest floor of your home if you don't have a basement, if you live in the tornado warned area. If you're in that red polygon, get into shelter, get into the basement, get into the lowest floor of your home. If you don't have a basement, you want to avoid windows. You want to avoid the exterior rooms, so preferably a closet would be a place to go that would be safe. The tornadoes that we do see around here happen very quickly, and that's why the National Weather Service is just not taking any chances here, just issuing that tornado warning. And as we learned, they happen very quickly. They also fall apart pretty quickly. So we're going to continue to watch this signature here. And again, there is definitely some signs here. Right here is where we're watching that possible rotation over Boonville and Hawkinsville. And we're going to go ahead and do this. And James, if I can get you the microphone up here.
Yep, working on it right now.
We've got meteorologist James DeFazio that's going to help me here in a second, provide some extended coverage. We try to get as many people on this as we possibly can. And again, this is something that we're going to watch here pretty closely. Again, tornado warning, 645, northern Oneida County, Boonville. The rotation is now passed to your east, so you're in the clear. This is well out of Rome. This is not even close to Rome, but this is heading towards Woodgate. The next place that we're going to focus on. This is going basically parallel to Hawkinsville Road, heading towards Woodgate along 28, just north of Forestport. So this is past the 1228 split. This is past Forestport. This is the tornado warning goes pretty much to the northern part of the county, just south of Otter Lake. But again, it's primarily Woodgate here that will be under the potential for this rotation. If it holds together, which it does look like it will, and actually I'm going to go move this, kind of backtrack here and just see where this is going. So, yeah, this is kind of moving a little bit more to the north than what we're seeing here. So we'll do another update track here. We're also watching this. That's a hard thing to point out here. We try to look at, so what we're trying to do here is see if there's any debris. That's pretty close. That might be.
We were
but
also looking back towards Ava when it went over Ava.
And we can't.
It's tough.
Can't quite confirm that. I mean, it's really quick. You know what? We're going to jump in and see what our partners at the Weather Service are saying here too. Do you have? Are you mic'd up?
Yes.
Okay. Could you just? Do you want to give me a second? You want to jump in here?
Absolutely.
Okay. So meteorologist James DeFazio is with our coverage here, and he's going to continue to give you an update where we're going to work together on
Again,
this.
this
So go ahead.
tornado warning remains in effect through 6:45 p.m. If you're anywhere in this red polygon, this red zone, you're going to want to take shelter, especially along the northern half of this portion, the northern half. You can see now they just updated the polygon to include just the northern half, which is where we were highlighting the greatest concern, the greatest rotation. We're tracking this from Hawkinsville right towards Woodgate. Bill mentioned right along Hawkinsville Road, Woodgate Road. It's tracking east-northeast. I'll put this back on to regular radar so you can get an idea for what this system looks like. But we're really keeping an eye on this very tight area of rotation that has just worked through Boonville. It's now north of Hawkinsville Road, heading towards the north side of Woodgate. Put a little bit of a short loop
Can we
on
have the
here.
director turn on the green screen here and turn on the camera? We'll work on this together, James. Could you just go ahead and just man the radar here? I just want to show
Absolutely.
people. I'm going to pop up here. All right, so this is the spot we're watching. This is where the rotation is. We can't confirm that this is a touchdown or not. This is just based on radar indicated only. So what does that mean? This circulation's happening. It's enough where the Weather Service is saying, and along with us, there could be something there. We're not going to know about this until if there's any damage. We got to collect the reports later. We need you to take shelter. If you're in this polygon here, we need you to get into the basement. We need you to get into the lowest floor of your home. If you live in Woodgate, I think this is going to be very close to or maybe just north of you if this holds together. So this is going to be north of Woodgate. James, we've seen a lot of storms in this part of our area.
This is a very, very frequent area for touchdowns.
Last year, I think that was right here, the touchdown we had last year.
Yes. just
this
inside
is-
the county.
This is a place, for whatever reason, terrain-wise, it just seems to find a way to get these storms to kind of tighten up here. So we hope that this doesn't produce one, but again, at this point, lowest floor of your home, basement, a potentially life-threatening situation. It is not a confirmed tornado. Remember, a confirmed tornado means somebody saw it or the radar detected it. We just don't have enough information right now for that. In fact, let's get a new, James, can you turn on the debris tracker here and see if there's anything that we can tell. So what we're looking for is, see these blips here? This is the radar looking at different sizes and shapes inside of a storm. And sometimes when it's really close and it's really together, that's often where you would find debris along with rotation. This isn't the strongest signal for that. So it's undetermined if there's actually any debris on the debris tracker, which is good. We're hoping not to see anything clear, obvious. And again, at this point, we're not really seeing anything here, but we will monitor this because there's often a delay between when the debris shows up versus when that rotation happened, because it takes time to pick things up in a tornado if it's on the ground. This still looks pretty strong here, James, and
Still
it looks
quite
like
a bit of rotation.
yeah, it's
Tight
this
rotation.
part. Actually, can you put a stern track on this going to the
Absolutely.
north here, specifically this right about right here? We'll bring this just north of Woodgate. If you can track it out,
Right about there?
a little bit north of that spot, maybe like right about here.
Different origin point?
Yeah,
Okay.
just maybe just a mile or two just north of where you just drew. This is going to be, yeah, that's perfect, right there. Do we have any towns popping up
None
here?
popped up
We're
there.
really
I'll
zoomed
send
in
it.
here,
Yeah.
so we may not have anything populate. This is basically Woodgate. Hawkinsville Road is going to be just north here of Hawkinsville Road. By the way, this is, and again, I want to emphasize this because we have a lot of people that watch us from Rome. This is north of you. This is north of Rome. Yeah, if you can extend this out, we've got this towards, this is eventually going to be going towards Otter Lake, although you're not in the warning right now. So again, just to catch up for folks that are tuning in, we have a tornado warning in effect for northern Oneida County for the next 15 minutes. It's radar indicated only. This is not confirmed. Sometimes we can confirm these in real time, sometimes we can't. It doesn't mean we don't take one more seriously than the other, but sometimes the information just isn't there. We've got rotation with this storm. It's been showing multiple scans with rotation. This storm is now past Boonville. If you are still in the path of this storm, if you're in Woodgate, you want to take shelter, you want to get into the lowest floor of your home, into a basement preferably. You want to be away from windows, and you want to be in the interior part of your home if you can't make it into a basement. James, can you go back to the debris tracker?
Yes.
Because we're getting scans minute by minute here.
Yep, and I'm seeing, these same these light features.
It's possible. I'm going to step off the screen for a second. I have a couple of different ways of looking at this. We always try to look at
defined on our radar scope app.
Yeah, so we try to look at different radar signatures. They look similar, and basically more information is better for us. Yeah, it's just really, really hard to tell. There's a lot of noise there.
We did just get a couple reports. There's trees down in West Leiden, which is outside the tornado zone, but that still just indicates that there are strong winds within these thunderstorms.
Actually, you know what? This probably is the same one
Yes.
that was to the west before this thing started rotating.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, the storm does have a history of producing some damage. I mean, this could be it, James.
Yeah.
This could be pretty close.
Absolutely.
That could be a debris signature. It's
very tough.
It's very hard to tell. I mean, it's very, very small.
velocity
We like
back
to
on
see
top.
things that are more. That doesn't.
It doesn't
quite,
line up perfectly.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. When we were looking at this, we would prefer to see this here, prefer to be more confident that that's a debris signature. This seems to be ahead of it, and sometimes that can provide some noise on our end. So yeah, we can't confirm this to be a touchdown based on debris tracker alone. But again, either way, we did get some damage reports. We did see this storm rotate over Boonville. This is, again, heading towards the northern part of Oneida County. This tornado warning is in effect for about the next 10 minutes or so. This happened really quickly, and that's sometimes what these things do. And even in marginal scenarios where you just have a relatively ordinary day, that 99% of you are just getting rain and thunder, sometimes a storm just hits a certain spot and it'll start to rotate. That's just the nature of these things. This storm is going to be moving towards Otter Lake 644 and then Minnehaha at 648. And again, that's actually extending outwards. We'll see if the National Weather Service in Albany will extend this to Herkimer County or not. We should know that within the next 5 minutes or so, if Albany is going to continue this or if they're going to leave this alone. But James, what you can do for me, can you switch it back to the reflectivity? I want to gauge to see how this is playing out, and that's okay. That's interesting. That's weaker.
But it's got, yeah.
That's a lot weaker than what we saw. Can you backtrack that?
Absolutely. What would you like, a half hour?
Yeah, go back a half hour, please.
Put a 30-minute loop on that.
Yeah, and actually, can you look at that storm just south of that line too?
Absolutely. You want me to put the velocity on that?
Yeah, can we put the velocity on the one just to the south of that, just to see if there's anything? No, there's nothing there.
Nope.
Yeah, it's entirely north. So that storm that's to the south, that's not. We don't have to worry about that one.
It's a good thing.
We'll keep an eye on it in case anything changes. You know how quickly these things can change. But again, this tornado warning in effect until 6:45. You know, based on the signatures that I'm seeing here, we go back to the velocity scan. It looks like the Weather Service just updated this.
Yes.
Looks like they cut out Boonville. So Boonville, you're not in this anymore.
It does look a little less tight.
Yeah, this looks a lot broader.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right, James. This looks much. Normally, rotation is in a smaller zone. This is still rotating, but it's not quite as intense and in a smaller area compared to usual. James, if you could, please turn over to the debris tracker for me. No, that's too far. Yeah, so this would not be it. This is too far to the west. Yeah, that's not. That wouldn't line up.
Yep.
We're trying in real time to see if we can confirm this or not, just based on radar signatures. Obviously, that would be very important if we knew that one touched down or not. Because right now we don't. Right now it's entirely based on rotation in a storm, and sometimes we can see these debris signatures if this is on the ground. Sometimes it will show a debris signature, and it often looks like this, but it's got to be in a very specific spot, and that's just in the wrong spot. Can you go backwards on the debris tracker and go back like an hour? Because this happened so quickly, I want to make sure that we didn't miss anything.
I think you can, the strongest signature comes right over Ava, to be honest with you.
Right, actually, if you can go back, can you stop the, or is that just going to continue to loop?
No, we can stop it. Where do you want to go?
Right there.
Yep.
We'd have to go back and investigate. That might be something, but we'd have to see if it lined up prior to that. So that's something we'll do later. For now, let's just continue to focus on the current situation, at least for the next couple of minutes. This tornado warning is going to expire soon, and then we'll be off the air, and we'll get you back to nightly news. Until this comes to an end, though, we have to treat this as if it's happening, and we still want you to take shelter.
It does kind of line up now. We're getting a little bit of, look at the northern part of the zone here.
It's still too far, unless it's something up here, but that doesn't quite line up. So we're going to stay on the air for another 5 minutes, and then we'll get you back to nightly news, unless this tornado warning expires quicker, which it might. At this point, the danger seems to be waning. There was a strong rotation that happened right as the storm moved over Boonville. It's to be determined if this thing was on the ground at any point along the track. The danger seems to be waning. We are going to just stay with you for just another minute or two. We might actually duck out a little bit early if we don't see anything new or anything developing here. that tornado warning continues for a few more minutes. The rotation is starting to weaken. James, is there anything else you want to add here?
I just got a report that there are some huge trees down in Ava from meteorologist Eric Gage.
Okay.
That's something I'm going to look into, as well as all additional storm reports from northern Oneida County, as well as where this storm tracked. But yeah, no, I'm in total agreement with you. The rotation is much broader than it was. The threat has gone down somewhat.
Yeah, the threat has gone down. The rotation has weakened. And again, we thank you for your patience. I know we're interrupting nightly news and going over that, but this could potentially be a life-threatening situation. We take tornado warnings very seriously here. We don't take chances. There's a tornado warning. We're going to tell you everything we can about it. Sometimes we can't tell you everything. Again, today we just can't confirm it in real time. But again, we do want you to take shelter here, at least for the next couple of minutes. If you live just north of Woodgate, this rotation is heading towards you. You want to be in the basement for the next couple of minutes until this storm passes. And if you can't make it into a basement, if you don't have a basement, the lowest floor of your home is the next best option. You just want to be away from windows, and you want to be in the interior part of your home. Tornado warning in effect for a couple more minutes. Again, we'll stay with you until the danger is completely gone. At this point, we're not seeing any clear or obvious signs that this was a touchdown. Can we go back to the debris tracker just one more time?
Of course.
I have meteorologist James DeFazio here with me off the camera, helping me out with the radar. And yes, anything that was potentially noisy there definitely is not there anymore, so that's good. So it doesn't always, this isn't a foolproof way of doing this, but it does look like that the concern here is dropping off pretty quickly. And the National Weather Service in Albany doesn't look like they're going to extend this. I think they probably would have done so by now.
I would think the same.
James, could you go back to the reflectivity? How far away is this from the county line?
Getting very close now. Oops,
Yeah,
here's
here's the Oneida Herkimer County line. So this is Albany's jurisdiction, National Weather Service in Albany. This is Binghamton's jurisdiction. So they often will, they issue their own warnings for each individual office. And again, at this time, it doesn't look like this is going to be extended. So again, we will continue to stay on the air. Our protocol is stay on the air until the danger is over. It's mostly over. Just give us another minute or two. We just want to make sure that nothing changes here. James, just one more time, can we look at the storm just to the south? And
Of course.
Because sometimes things change. Sometimes the strongest part of the line gets stronger to the south. And yeah, I'm not seeing anything of concern there. You're going to get some heavy rain. You'll see some heavy rain in Remsen and just north of Trenton. You'll see some rumbles of thunder. But again, any possible tornado touchdown would be up here, would be up across northern Oneida County. Yeah, if you could widen the view out, bigger picture, nothing else has developed to our west. Okay, so I think we are going to, we're going to stop our coverage here. There's a few more minutes left, but I think we're going to get folks back to nightly news. I'm pretty confident that any danger right now is pretty much off the table. If anything new develops, we'll break back into programming. But for now, we'll send you back over to nightly news.